Sorry.
Welcome to the Wise Take DFS podcast. I'm your host, Patio Joe, and I'm joined here tonight by my man, DFS Syracuse. Say what's up, Cuse.
What's going on? How's it going, guys?
How's it going? It's going well. It's going well. How are you doing? Going well?
Rough night. I liked Houston a lot. Took a few Houston bats. They didn't go. I mean, a few of them went off for me without hitting a home run besides Altuve. But I went wood pitching, and I didn't do a lot of research today, so I went really light. So the streak's gonna end today.
Yeah, I put in a few lineups, and one of them has definitely broke out of the other ones. I have 200 over 200 points in this one lineup. I went with Kluber. It was my cash game lineup. If I were to play cash today, which I didn't, I only played tournaments. But I did this. I've been putting like a cash game lineup. I started. I'm like, so the 49 man one on FanDuel, the $12. I just feel like with 49 entries, that's almost like a cash game mentality. And so I'm trying to be more cash game centric on this one. So I put it in there. It's got over 200 points. It had a stack of the Dodgers, but it was a lower stack. It was 5, 6, and 7 of Barnes, Forsythe, and Kike. I mean, I started with, when you have Kluber and Trout, and then you build around it. I had Lorenzo Cain, who had a great day with him, a home run. He had 27 points. Hanley Ramirez did great. And, I still got Brandon Crawford and Ryan Healy right now, and Trout playing. So got a chance to win. I'm only about 25 points behind, and we'll see. Tim Beckham just hit a home run, so
that helped me a little bit. I still need like 20 points to cash in all mine now.
Yeah, that brings up a point. Like it's kind of tilting for me because I had a couple lineups with Detroit and Baltimore, and it kind of I think. What happened was, in the beginning of the day, we heard there wasn't going to be any rain, and then there was rain, and they were going to be delayed. But it was still like it was going to be okay. And then we got Kevin Ross report, and he moved it. He kind of raised it to orange. And the day before, I had Woo's boy Nunez in a game, and I started him in the Cleveland game, and it got rained out. So I'm like, damn, I don't want this happening again. I had too much around. Like my main lineup had Orioles in it, and the other one I had another one with all Tigers, and I took them all out. Out right there, right away. And then, obviously, first inning, Kinsler and Upton get home runs, and I'm just like, God dang, And then the rain starts, and they cancel it, they delay it again. I'm thinking it's not going to happen, but then they brought it up again, and I had Beckham right now. It's funny, like right now, I'm doing pretty well. I feel like I'm in tune with what's going on, and I'm starting to. I definitely have pulled myself out of the streak the losing streak I was in, and I'm kind of I put up over 200 tonight, so I'm feeling well, and it's just kind of like it's weird because I don't think I was doing anything different 2 weeks ago.
It's baseball. I mean, you don't some nights even if you're making the right plays, it doesn't work out, and a lot of new people, they're not used to that, because some of the other sports aren't like that. Me, it's a learning curve like everything else. And every sports is different when you're playing it.
So how long have you been playing DFS?
I've been playing for 3 years. I didn't really take it serious until maybe a little over a year and a half ago.
Okay, and so you were there in the beginning, and so you saw how it was when when there was no like materials like this. Right. There was no resources and stuff.
Nothing.
What? Obviously, give us your opinion on the DraftKings changes that they're going to implement this football season. What was your opinion on it?
What are they doing for football season?
Well, about the entry limits, about the people. You heard that it came out on Tuesday.
I think it's good for the lower limit guys, but even guys like myself, I still listening to you guys. I pick up stuff from everybody. I would listen to the pod the other night. And you were talking about when you first started reading books. I still do that. I'll go buy a book. I love to learn. And even like you guys, there's stuff that I picked up from listening to you guys. You guys are very knowledgeable, like the contest selection, just the certain little things that I pick up that are very helpful. Doesn't matter how good you are. But my goal is I want to be able to beat those guys. And, obviously, when you're playing max entry, it's going to be tough because I'm never putting in 150 lineups. I say the most I've ever put in is 50. But my goal is to beat them. So I want to go play with them. So I actually liked having them in the contest for certain reasons because I wanted to see how I did against them at that entry level. But I understand for people that are, just starting out, it's frustrating because they're good players as much as I don't like them. They're good players and they don't belong in that tournament. So I thought it was good what DraftKings did.
Yeah, I never really had a problem with the pros going in those lower level MME contests. Right. I never had a problem because I've always said I've learned this that if you're going to join, if you're going to put those in there, that's your lottery ticket, and that's about as good as it is. It's a little bit more than that. And if you're going to do that, we teach the members not to just put in one lineup in those because you're not going to win. It's not your ROI isn't going to be very good. So let them in. The problem that I have is the 100-man $5 cash game where it's 50-50s. Like they don't need to be in those. Right. The $5 58-man contest where the top prize gets $60. They don't need to be in those. There's nothing that they can tell me that those pros that say, oh yeah, I get something out of that. No, you don't. It's where you make your change, your chump change, and you basically you basically are pushing people away from the industry. And like the other day when I went on my rant that CK said I went on a rant, he's probably true. I did, but it's something I'm really passionate about. It's just that I think that they did this because they see maybe the popularity is going down a little bit, and they need the survival of the DFS world. There's a future of it. You need to start thinking about the smaller player because these bigger players, most of these bigger players too, they're like touts too. They're making money from other ways, and they're good at it. And I tip my cap to them. I just think that they could stay out of those lower level cash games, lower level tournaments where there's not like big money available. You don't need $50 in that. I just don't. But anyways, let's move on to the slate. We got a really nice. I think it's a 13-game slate. There's 2 games that start before 4:05. So first off, while I pull up the slate of games, tell us your macro view of what you're just looking at first view. Like, what do you think?
I think tomorrow's going to be very pitching heavy. Like, there's a lot of very good pitchers. As far as hitting, there is minimal spots that I like for hitting tomorrow. So I think it's going to be more, for me, it's going to be more of a cash game build for tournaments.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some good options. I think that there's, we have Coors, so it's always different, could happen. But I think that it might be a little fool's gold. I don't know.
Coors has been working out really well for me. I never play Coors. Never play Coors. In this beginning of the week, it was probably the main reason I cashed this week.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to the slate. I'm just getting it out. My computer's slower than hell. So, all right. So let's see here. I'm trying to look at rain. First of all, there's no. Let's see if there's any big weather problems. No, nothing big. We're good. All right. Let's start off in Baltimore. Justin Verlander, the Detroit Tigers, taking on Kevin Gausman and the Baltimore Orioles.
This is a interesting game for me. I like Verlander tomorrow. I know Baltimore's been hitting a lot more, but you look at Verlander and it seems like he's back on track now. And even if you look at his splits, his road splits don't look very good. But if you look at his recent road splits, he's actually even been pitching better on the road. So Baltimore, they got a few injuries, so they got a few bats in there that, will get him some Ks. Plus the usual guys that strike out. They may give up. Verlander may give up a few runs, but I think the K upside is there with him. And my only concern with him is, him not getting the win because, Detroit hasn't really hit right-handers very well recently. So, and that's the other reason I have interest in Gausman too. Gausman, his last 3 games has been pretty good. So I like both pitches for this game. And as far as hitting, I think I'm just going to stay away from it.
Yeah, fade. Yeah, I mean, Gausman's 8-8 and Verlander's 9-1. I mean, it's kind of pretty even. So I see your point. Yeah, basically saying I'm going to stay away from it. I could see though, as obviously, I think in a cash game, I think you could see one-offs if the value opens up. If you want a certain pitcher, obviously, if Aducci's, he's 2.1. If you need something like that, we're not saying don't play these players at all. I just don't. I think a game stack is wrong. I mean, the implied run total is 4.8 for the Orioles and 4.3 for the Tigers. So nothing to where something that you want to sink your teeth in. So let's move on.
Did Detroit do anything with Verlander today? Did they put him on some are they trying to? They
put him on irrevocable waivers or something.
Okay, I thought I heard something like that.
Yeah, like you can put a claim on him, but they can pull him back, or they're gonna make a trade with him in the next 24 hours or something. That's the way it is. All right, this is gonna be a good one. Yu Darvish making his Los Angeles Dodger debut, traveling to the Big Apple in that cesspool we like to call New York. New York Mets and Jacob deGrom.
I'm all over Darvish tomorrow, simply for many reasons. The Mets, it's a small sample size. They only got 69. He's 69 at bats versus Darvish, but they haven't really done anything against them. They're coming from Coors. You know how I feel. I believe you have the same belief. Leaving Coors, I think it's a great time to target a team. I think some people may stay off him because he's a right-hander and the Mets with all the lefties. But for me personally, Darvish is one of my top pitchers for tomorrow. As far as DeGrom, I don't think I'm going to touch DeGrom. The Dodgers just, you never know when they're going to go off. And I feel more safe taking Darvish tomorrow over DeGrom. And as far as bats, I'm not touching, even though I'm not set on DeGrom, I'm not going to probably take any of the Dodger bats.
Well, many of you don't know is when I was 11 years old, I went to Game 1 of the 1988 World Series. And in the 8th inning, my father said, "Let's go." So ever since then, I have been paying hurtfully. The Dodgers have never made the World Series. So they finally put their chips in. Boom. Here comes Yu Darvish, right? My knowing of my team for so long leaves me to pause that nothing is as easy as it seems. So you bet your ass I'm going to have a Met stack tomorrow because I said it on the podcast earlier this week. I could just see it. Everybody thinks he's going to come in and be lights out, and boom, 4 runs in the first inning. And Dodger fans are like, what the hell? The narrative is there. But I completely see your side too. This is just me as a Dodger fan being skeptical. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
So, it's like if it happens, nobody's going to be on it. Everybody's going to think Darvish is like gonna, people are going to be on him. I mean, it's actually a pretty good a play. The wind's blowing out 13 miles. I don't know. I'm pretty crazy. It might not be on my main team. But I know the Dodgers, nothing is this easy. Like, if he goes in there and pitches, a shutout, I will be shocked. You know what I mean? Like, nothing is ever this easy for the Dodgers. So
teams just don't hit after Coors, though.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong.
The Mets
take today off, or no? They did play today. That's right.
The Mets VMI for tomorrow is -16.
Yeah.
Usually -5 for me is something. But negative, I can't. I don't know. I just think he'll do, even if he doesn't do bad, I mean, if he doesn't do good, I don't think he's going to get too terrible. I think he'll still hit his value.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I know. I'm just. It's just like I said, as a Dodger fan in me, I've been there and I've seen it so many times. But that being said, on the other side, DeGrom, I agree with you. I don't know if I could, especially in cash. I just don't know if he's a underdog at home. Yeah. So, and he's supposed to be one of the top pitchers in the game. I don't know what other top pitcher in the game would be an underdog at home on a pretty decent team. You know what I mean? Like,
there's so many pitching options tomorrow.
Yeah.
And for me personally, like I don't see a need for it.
Yeah. All right, let's move on and let's go to the Battle of the Sox. We got Carlos Rodon's White Sox taking on Eduardo Rodriguez and the Boston Red Sox.
I like Rodriguez tomorrow. There are a lot of options for pitching, but if for whatever reason you're running a bunch of lineups out there, I do like Rodriguez tomorrow, especially at home. He's pitched better at home. White Sox they suck right now. They're not any good.
Huge favorite too.
Yeah, he's not any good. And I like the Red Sox bats in this to start. We were talking a little bit before the pod. Mm-hmm. Since they got Nunez and Devers, this kid's just been crushing the ball. I don't know how many home runs he's got, but he started off batting I think 9th in the lineup. He's up to 5th, and before too long he might be batting 4th. So with him,
what was his price tonight? Does anybody know? Because I think it was like 2-2 or something. Because it's 3-4 tomorrow.
I don't think it was. It could have been 2-2. He's got too many home runs, I think.
Okay. 3-1. Okay, so he wasn't that much of a value. I thought somebody was like. I like, where did I miss him? That was my thing. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that I listen to, there's not very much baseball talk now on fantasy sports on the radio, but somebody that comes on every week, a guy by the name of Bernie Pleskoff, I listen to him every week, and he was saying the Red Sox, the offense is starting to bubble, and I think this is right. We need to get on this train. And I think it can be tomorrow. I think Rodon gives you a good opportunity to stack this team. I think they're going to be pretty chalky. That's a problem.
Me too.
So I think what you'd have to do is get off the grid a little bit of a lower stack, or maybe just pick the players that you just want to play yourself. You know what I mean? Like, play Betts, Nunez, and Devers, or just Hanley and Devers, or whatever. I think you can get some of this game. On the other side, I think Rodriguez, we've said this for a while, the White Sox are fool's gold when it comes against lefties. They did that in May. This is August now. This team's different. I think you can get a good option. I think he's a better option on DraftKings just because there is a lot of pitching to pick one guy tomorrow on FanDuel. I'm not sure about that, but he's 6.9 on DraftKings tomorrow. That's a great SP2 option, and I don't like any one of these White Sox hitters. I mean, Abreu is good if you need it, and Davidson if you need it. There's just better options, and if you're a White Sox mark, yeah, go right ahead. So
I have a question for you. I've been on vacation, so maybe I missed a lot. Is there a reason Eduardo Nunez is up to 5,000 on DraftKings?
He's batting third. He's batting third in that lineup now, and I just think that they're really boosting him. I think in some ways, I think DraftKings is better at their pricing because FanDuel makes it kind of easy. I think that they like it because they want the high scores.
But even on FanDuel, he's 3.9, which is it's pretty up there. And
for second base though. He's just been red hot. That's the thing. I mean, let's look at his game logs. Let's bring him up real quick.
His OBP, his last 14 against lefties is 500, but I don't know how many at bats that is. But still, that just seems extremely high for me to take a chance on him.
Yeah, I can see your point. I just think that they're in a pool. He's in a pool of like not very many good second baseman. I mean,
well, he's third on DraftKings. He's third base and outfield.
Fourth.
Fourth.
Yeah, he's third actually. He's tied with Jose Ramirez and D. Gordon and LeMahieu tomorrow. So, I mean, Odor was 2.9 and he's 3.6. Cano was 3.1 2 days ago. He's 3.7. I mean, the pricing is just really weird. It's hard to figure out. But anyways, let's move on. I think we got a really good matchup right here. Something you might want to consider even for cash. Brian Woodruff and the Milwaukee Brewers traveling to Tampa to take on Jacob Faria and the Tampa Rays.
I love Faria for tomorrow, especially against the Brewers. The Brewers. I was watching the game before. They listed their record like in the last so many games, and they're just terrible. They're right up there with the White Sox right now. They're pretty much, they were leading the division. Now they're not even going to make the playoffs most likely. Faria with he strikes out a lot. Brewers strike out a lot. The kid that's pitching for Milwaukee, I looked him up. He was like 6-5 with a 4.46 ERA in the minors. With all the Tampa Bay lefties, Tampa Bay is one of my favorite teams tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I love the lefties. It all depends on how the ownership's going to be on them. I don't think it's going to be that. I think it'll be decent, but not enough to get me off them. So that's probably my favorite stack tomorrow right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm wondering how chalky Faria will be tomorrow. I
don't think he will be that high with all the pitching.
I think maybe you're probably right, because Faria, I think, basically is he's basically like a wise take child. We've kind of he's one of the kids that we've adopted. There's a few. Obviously, we have Robert Stevenson. That is like one of our first children. CK is that's baptized. And we of course we have former Wise Sig member Fuego Chavez had Jesse Chavez. He was one of our children. So of course we always have the kid, my kid, Mr. Bellinger. So yeah, we have these players that we like. Right. Jimmy Nelson is also a Wise Take favorite. And let's see. I like this game. I like Faria. I echo the same sentiments that you echo with
100%.
Yeah, with the lefties. I don't know how. I honestly don't think on 13-game slates on Fridays. The hitting percentage, I'm not really worried about. I think that people will be on them, but they're not going to be. It won't be a full stack because they'll want to go other places. And anywhere in Milwaukee, I'm not into them. I guess you could have Sogard if you wanted. If he's leading off, it's not bad. So, anyways, Jaime Garcia, the New York Yankees, traveling to Cleveland to take on Trevor Bauer and the Cleveland Indians.
I have no interest in either one of the pitchers. Garcia, obviously, with the depth of the pitching tomorrow, I don't see any reason to take either one of these guys. The Yankees have been struggling lately. Judge didn't play today, but the lefties, Gregorius, Headley's been hitting the ball. Gregorius, Headley, and I forgot there was one other guy. There's just like three guys that are hitting. Those are the only guys that I would actually consider tomorrow. And I actually like Cleveland bats tomorrow. It's one of my other teams that I like a lot.
Yeah, Jaime Garcia he's hard to figure out for me. He's one of those pitchers I just can't seem to get right. And I never roster him. I just don't know when to pick on him,
Yeah.
So, I think you can have a little bit here because Cleveland can always come up with something big. And on the other side, Trevor Bauer, he can get lit up, but the Yankees are kind of cold right now, so I could see where you just you can lay off of them and go other places tomorrow. Judge has been really cold since the All-Star break.
Very bad.
And so Bellinger. Anyways,
I'm looking at Garcia's log, his 10-game log, and I don't see a home game. Has he pitched that many games on the road? I'm just looking at that.
That'd be weird.
Yeah, maybe it's just
that would be weird. He's on the road again.
Yeah. That's just
amazing.
Okay.
I'm not even mad. It's amazing. All right. Next game is this right? Yeah. Mike Leake and the St. Louis Cardinals traveling to Cincinnati to take on Asher Wojciechowski and the Cincinnati Reds. Right? Am I right?
Did I miss that game? I don't think
they have it at 410. I don't know. They could be wrong or what? I don't get this.
I have it on, yeah, but it's
That's
not
weird.
on main slate, right?
Yeah, Fantasy Labs must have screwed this up. Okay,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's at 6:40 Eastern time.
Yeah, that's right. There was 2. Scratch that, revert to. All right, so we'll move up to the game that I thought that we didn't have. This game actually has some rain in it. You might want to stay off of it. Travis Wood and the Padres traveling to Pittsburgh to take on Ivan Nova and the Pittsburgh Pirates. But it does have rain, and it seems like 59%, humidity 81%. I don't know about this game.
It just, even if it was 100 degrees, sunny, it's just one of those games that's blah. It's 2 crappy teams, 2 crappy pitchers. If the only way I would even have any piece of this game is if I was playing cash and some value opened up. But other than that, with 13 game slate, I just really don't see any reason to touch it.
All right, yeah. I mean, Nova, I thought my first look, I think Nova was something just because the Padres are, are prone to strike out. So, and Travis Wood, didn't he used to play for the Pirates at one time, didn't he? I thought maybe.
I don't know.
I'm just saying,
I know he came from Kansas City.
Revenge game, yeah. So.
But McCutchen would be the only guy I would even probably think about.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to Atlanta. Hot Atlanta. Adam Conley and the Miami Marlins traveling to Atlanta to take on R.A. Dickey, the Dick Man, in the Atlanta Braves.
I've been all over Dickey.
Yeah,
the guy. I've been playing
all about
him.
The Dick.
I've been picking the good spots with him. So I mean,
you've been rubbing that dick.
Yeah, the dick's been working. So I looked them up. I looked at their BVPs against them, and the only guy that hits Dickey is Moore. Moore's got 6 at bats and 2 home runs.
Tyler Moore?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, he's got 6 at bats and 2 home runs. Other than that, nobody really hit him. Everybody else is I think they were under 300. It wasn't anything great. So I might have some.
Might have some dick tomorrow, huh?
Yeah.
Might have some dick on a Friday
start
night.
To say that and stop myself. So, I mean, if you're running out multiple, I might just, if there's expensive stacks out there, I might try to throw him in, but.
Yeah, I think we got a title, Dick on a Friday.
I like it.
Yeah. Oh, man, they're going to love that on the Twitter world.
But other than that,
okay. Okay, so Adam Conley's been pretty damn good lately, though.
Yeah.
I think people have got to forget
and he's
that.
a lefty, right?
Yeah, he's a lefty. I don't obviously, we don't like targeting pitchers in this park. That's what everybody says. But, I got to say the Braves-Dodgers, series kind of did not really, produce that well. I was kind of a dud. I thought we were going to get a little bit more of offensive firework. But do you know that the Dodgers have lost 3 times since July 4th, and it's only been to the Braves?
I didn't know it was the Braves, but I know they haven't lost much since then.
Only to the Braves. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. That's why everything's going right. I'm telling you. But I probably will have a Darvish team too. Anyways, this is juicy. This one screams just wow. Why not? But will everybody go here? Martin Perez and the Texas Rangers taking on our boy, the Twinkie, the Burrito, yes, Bartolo Colon and the Minnesota Twins.
Like you said, I think it's going to be extremely chalky because it's Cologne. As far as Texas, against righties all year, the only guys I think I've played are just the Texas left-handed bats like Chu, Mazzara, and Gallo. Other than that, I really haven't. I don't think they've had a game where they really have blown up against bad pitching. Mm-hmm. The offense. So if I played it, I like Mazzara. Mazzara is usually really good against right-handers. Other than that, obviously both pitchers I'm not interested in. And Minnesota's just been ice cold lately. Again, tonight I don't think they scored that much. I didn't see the result of that game. But you look at their numbers, and their numbers are just, it's ugly. So I like some, left-handed Texas bats. Other than that, I don't really like much in this game.
Yeah, I like the Texas bats, that's for sure. But I don't know about much else. And you're right. I kind of fell in the trap today about the Twins, but it's true. You know, you look back and they have been cold, and it was, you know, it is what it is, and you know, you move on, you go the next day. But yeah, I like this game. It's hard not to, especially. It looks like the wind's going to be blowing out to right field, and 10 miles an hour. And when there is a righty pitching to lefties with the wind blowing out to right field, oof. That could be a recipe for lots of home runs. We're all waiting for the old Bartolo to come back. That's the thing. He hasn't, since he's been with the Twins, he hasn't been blown up yet.
He hasn't been bad at all. You know, that's why, and people are still going to, and you know, they're going to be chalked tomorrow. You know, cash, I can understand it. But
the problem is that the Rangers' prices are finally really up there. Like, there's not really much like value. I mean, you got Chu at 3.8, Andrews at 3.9, Mazara's 3.5, Beltre's 4.2. I mean, even Odor's 3.6. Your value is Napoli at 2.9. I mean, Gallo's up to 3.7. He was 2.5 like a week ago,
and he's still probably batting last, right? He's down a bot.
Yeah, he's crushing the ball. It's crazy. Anyways, but yeah, I'm all about a little bit of the Rangers tomorrow. I don't know about a full stack. It's kind of maybe like Odor Gallo, you know, something like that, or Chu Mazara, you know, just two lefties.
Yeah, Chirinos was a guy I've been high on earlier in the season, but he's been so ice cold lately that I wouldn't touch him either.
Yeah, we can take some of Dickey and stick it in him up his ass. That's what we can do the last few days. Anyways, Cesar Valdez and the Toronto Blue Jays traveling south to Houston to take on more Cock and Brad Peacock.
Obviously Peacock's a good pitcher. I've used him a lot this year, but on a slate like tomorrow, I'm probably not going to use him. I think Toronto's been waking up a little bit, and I just don't see the need to take Peacock with all the options out there. I do like the Houston bats. A lot of people they're off them like they were earlier in the year. A lot of people were taking them. They were red hot, and you know, like tonight, I think they had one home run, but I had a few guys that put up, you know, a good amount of points. They're hitting. It's just you have to pick your spots with them. I don't know if I'd go full stack, maybe like a two-man stack with them, but I definitely like Houston tomorrow, especially against Valdez.
Yeah, I wish that they would, you know, put Bregman up in bottom second all the time.
Yep.
Everybody knows what type of hitter he is. You know, I mean, somebody got hurt. Springer's hurt. So until he comes back, put him at second. Put him batting second. You know, in front of Altuve. Move Altuve down to third. You know, you still have Fisher batting leadoff. You put Bregman in front of Altuve. He's going to get more pitches.
Even Marisnik's batting last.
Marisnik's awesome. Yeah.
You know, I don't understand why Fisher's batting up there. I think he should be the one down there because with the way Bregman that's what I did tonight. Like I won a 9-1-2-3 stack with them because they had Marisnik batting last and you know, did okay.
Yeah, Gautab was on them too in the chat room. He was talking about them. So, anyways, let's move on. We're going to Kansas City and James Paxton and the Seattle Mariners taking on Jason Hamill and the Kansas City Royals. And it looks like, no real rain or weather, nothing. What do you got?
I like Paxton tomorrow. I'll have some of him. Hamill, I'm not really interested in. I think you can take, you know, Seattle maybe like a mini stack of like Cano, and if Gamble leads off, you can do like a Gamble Cano Seager or a Gamble Cano. Definitely not a full stack, but and as far as Kansas City, I don't know. I don't like Kansas City against Paxton. Paxton, I think, is gonna pitch well tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm checking something really quick on Kansas City. I want to see something. Let's see here. They are.
Kane and Merrifield have been crushing lefties, but
yeah. Let's see. This year they strike out 20% of the time, and let's see how they've been doing the last 30 days. Because I think that if their strikeout percentage is up the last 30 days, I like Paxton more. But historically they don't strike out that much. That's why I'm not really. Yeah, they've only been striking out 20% of the time. So I think it makes Paxton more of a GPP play than a cash game play to me. I just don't know. I just don't know what his true. I just don't think he can get like that, the strikeout, total and stuff like that, the high strikeout total. And so, anyways, I like it. You could probably pick and choose your spots with Seattle, but Hamill's another guy that's like it's been deceptive. Like should be getting blown up, and he's not. Like the numbers say that they're bad, but then he goes out there. And like they're not like wait where is it what happened where's all those points and it's tough. I just got let me see here. Oh look at that. Oh okay. I just got a text from our man Dr. Dre in the back saying that Jose Altuve is going to take tomorrow off. So that makes Valdez no much more attractive.
Yeah.
And I think that though they might move Bregman up or something, or there might be move somebody up in the order. Might be some good value might open up that way. Okay, let's move on to the next game, and we're moving through this. I like this, anyways. Yeah, dude, we have like 3 games left. This is great. I know.
Yeah, I should have got 3 questions for you tonight. I forgot.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we got Vince Velasquez and the Philadelphia Phillies traveling to Coors and taking on Kyle Freeland and the Colorado Rockies. What do you got?
Bats. Both sides. You gotta, mix and match salary-wise, see what you can fit in. I think it's going to blow up, and it hasn't really. What was it? The first game of the series against the Mets, it didn't really blow up, but you're going to get the home runs there.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with if you can make a lineup and getting a full stack of either one of these teams is usually pretty tough, especially with the pitching tomorrow. You're going to really have to punt pitching if you're going to get a full stack. So if you don't have a full stack, you're just going to have to pick the right guys. But I think the game's going to go off again, especially with both these pitchers.
I don't know. I pause a little bit more than you are about this one. I think if I was picking a side, I would pick Colorado, obviously. But Vince Velasquez, isn't he more of a fastball pitcher, fastball slider? I don't think he's more of a curveball guy. So I like him more that way. That's why I know fastball slider guys, strikeout guys kind of fare better in Colorado. Conversely, I think that Kyle Freeland is, if you want to get off the grid tomorrow, I think he's going to have some ownership. He's 6.4. Yeah. He almost threw a no-hitter against the White Sox and Coors. So and it wasn't that long ago, so people might remember that. And the Phillies have been cold. We've been saying it all week. They've only put up 4 runs tonight. Obviously, this is a team. 8 out of. Chris Davis, I think, just hit a home run. No, Semien hit a home run. Semien just hit a home run. So anyways, yeah, I think that Kyle Freeland will have some ownership tomorrow. And I also think that you can stack the game, just like Cuse said, if you want to. I agree 100%. I would probably target the lefties on Colorado. Blackman, Parra, obviously Arenado throwing there. Cargo hit a home run the other day. Hopefully he's, getting, heating up a little bit.
You got to remember when San Diego went to Coors, they weren't hitting either, and they put up some big numbers. So I like Philly's got a good VMI for tomorrow. They got the air conditions are going to be good there. So I think we'll see.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I hear what you're saying, and I understand. Like it's the only reason why I say Freeland is just because of what he's done in the past few starts, and Who knows? Anyways, let's move down. Let's move down to Orange County. It's not a part of the city of Los Angeles at all. Like far away from it. Oakland A's, Jarrell Cotton traveling to Anaheim to take on the Anaheim Angels and Troy Scribner.
I have no interest in either one of these pitchers. This is one of these games that, because of the slate size we have and the options that we have, I think people are not really gonna use anybody from many guys from that. But I think this is one of the games. I like both sides for bats. I think it could definitely be a good cheap stacks on both sides if you're going with some expensive stacks. So I like the bats from both sides in this game.
Yes, I agree. I don't know how much. I don't know if it could win you a tournament, so to speak, like a full stack. But I definitely agree that you will not get anybody owning these guys. Cash game points up to 3,000. That's just too much. FanDuel, what are you doing? Anyways, obviously, Trout's up to 5,000. That's kind of tough. But yeah, I like this game as a sneaky, stack that could, Caleb Cowart, that guy is playing well lately.
Very good
for the Angels. So I like it. I just don't know how popular it's going to be, and that's a good thing. So,
right.
Let's finish it up with who in the hell is this guy? Anthony Banda. Whoever he is. I thought, who in the hell is this guy? Anthony Banda. Do you know him? Have you heard of him?
No, but I saw a Walker. Is it? I saw Walker in a few places and Banda in a few places, but either way.
Fantasy Labs have let's see what they have here. Let me see right here. Come on. What do they have? What does a FanDuel have? That's what I want to know. But anyways, this guy Banda, he looks like he got to be a schlub.
FanDuel has Greinke. He pitched today.
Yeah, no, we did. Yeah, FanDuel and DraftKings actually have Greinke. Somebody said that, and I was like, yeah, they have one job, and they he threw today.
Either way.
Funny thing is that. If they left him in there, people are gonna oh yeah, we'll put him in there. we'll draft him. But anyways, yeah. So we got Bumgarner. He's pitching. Bumgarner's pitching at home against the D-backs. A guy that I like tomorrow is Goldschmidt. He has 60 at bats against Bumgarner. He only is hitting 286, but his average exit velocity is over 100 miles an hour. So I like him. I mean, Bumgarner's over 10 tomorrow. I just can't pay that.
There's better pitchers at the same price range.
I just can't pay that tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm necessarily going to attack Bumgarner though either. Like I said, I would like Goldie as a one-off. You know what I'm saying? And that's about it. I'm not into anything else. And that being said, where are you going in cash tomorrow as your pitcher? Because we've already said we don't like DeGrom.
Darvish.
We don't like Bumgarner.
I love Darvish. Darvish and Verlander. Darvish, Verlander. I think Verlander. I don't know if I still have. I don't know. It's still early, but I like Darvish as my top pitcher. If you're going on DK, if you can fit Darvish Faria, I like that combination.
What about just Faria on FanDuel?
Oh, what's his price?
8,100 with a Coors slate in cash. I think he's viable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
that's the only way. If you're taking the Coors guys and you want some exposure to that game, 100%, I'm okay with that.
I mean, if you want Mike Trout, you know what I'm saying, tomorrow, or I look at. I mean, right now I'm looking at it, and I've already told you how I feel about Darvish. I'm not saying I think you're right, but I mean it's just my inkling. That's all. But you liked Verlander a little bit, but not enough for cash. The cock isn't good enough, and neither is the dick. So, I think, and I'm a tits man, so the bum's out.
Yeah.
So, and DeGrom against the Dodgers, I think DeGrom against the Dodgers is a great GPP play because he's for sure can shut them down. I mean, to be honest with you, we can probably have CK. CK is going to tweet this. Tomorrow's probably like the World Series for the Mets. I mean, DeGrom's going to be out. The city of New York's going to be hopping because like irrelevant teams coming to play them and everything. It's going to be a big day for the city of New York. So I think that he's a great GPP option, and I don't think Paxton has the strikeout upside for cash. He might be a little safe, like a floor, maybe. I don't know. Like I think his floor might be like okay. Like his floor might be higher than Faria's.
Umpire is going to be a big deal tomorrow.
Yeah.
So like the 5:30 podcast is gonna help out a lot of people.
Yeah, we'll make sure that Paulie D has everything about the umpires.
Because pitching's going to win tomorrow. You pick the right pitcher and you get the right point per dollar, and you're going to win because this. I don't think anybody's going to be really highly owned with all the options.
Yeah, I think Faria tomorrow right now is my leading guy in cash. If I had to feel like, they're coming home, they just won. They win 2-4, I think, against the Astros. They did okay, right?
Yeah, they did okay.
So they're going home. They always play better at home. Everybody's going to be on them also for a stack because everybody, this guy Woodruff, he's probably a lock for a QS and a win. So, I mean, maybe not a lock, but I mean, I think he's got a good chance. So, out of all the other guys, he's the safest. Like, I mean, what is is he? What's his line? What's the line on? Do you know?
On what, the money line?
Money line on the Tampa game.
My computer almost shut down, so I'll use my phone.
Wait, I just passed it. Okay, yeah. There's nothing right now. There's no line or nothing on it right now.
But you got to figure they're going to be minus 160, minus 150.
Something
I would
guess. Yeah. So I mean, it's just. I think that the Rays are going to be a popular stack, so that means that people think that they're going to win. So Faria is pretty safe tomorrow. Let's see. Any stacks right now really that's just jumping out at you?
Tampa Bay is my favorite, and I think Cleveland's my second choice right now. I'll probably stack Coors too. That could change tomorrow. If I can make a decent lineup and I feel comfortable with a punt pitcher, I'll stack Coors. I've done that I did it with Homer Bailey. Is that who I think I had the other day? Mm-hmm. And then you had Weaver. We all talked about Weaver. Weaver did really good with the Coors stack. So if you punt pitcher, first of all you got to make sure Coors goes off, and second of all you need to make sure your pitcher does well. So I got to look at it, but there's a few. Maybe I'll ride the dick tomorrow.
What about Sox?
Red Sox?
Red Sox. Yeah.
I think after today they're going to be
uber
chalk. Yep.
Yeah.
And the Red Sox burned me so many times early in the year, and even tonight where they went off with, what they have? Maybe did they have 2 home runs? I know. Devers and Betts, I think, hit one, right?
Betts and home run. Okay.
I think so. Mm-hmm. So I don't really ever feel comfortable taking them, especially after a night where they had 9 runs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I don't see many really, really juicy I want to sink my teeth into. So I think people are going to go to Boston. People are going to go to Tampa because they don't know this guy and they know the lefties. And I think people will go to Texas tomorrow too. Bartolo, just because of Bartolo. And yeah, I think still the Astros might get some, even if Altuve's out. They move Bregman up. I like, Bregman, Gurriel, something like that. I don't know about you. Do you prefer sometimes like your stack? I like it if you can get a mini stack that's like a second baseman and a third baseman. You don't really have to waste any of your outfield spots, or like a good stack that's like a second base and shortstop that you don't have to really waste your big power spots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, if you can find that within a team, 100%.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it really is. I agree. And so you want to play some Dong Watch and then hell out of here? We got the dick, we got the cock, and we got the dong. Let's do it. The trifecta.
Yeah, I'm not sure I can get my FanDuel up.
All right.
Sorry.
You can't get it up? You're not.
No, this is gonna be a.
Oh my God, this is bad. CK is probably just rolling and.
Once I'll use it through. Let me see if I can get. Hold on.
Oh God. But anyways, listen, everybody. While Cuse is getting it up. Everybody listen here on the YouTube channel. Make sure you put the thumbs up and everything that we really appreciate it. Also, we appreciate everybody listening all the time. If you want to join Wise Take, get the premium live stream that's on at 2:30 every day that Pauly D makes. Even if in his car driving like, hey, yo, I'm driving, but I'm going to give you the picks. Palm trees and GPPs Fridays, motherfucker. That's Pauly D. Anyways.
I'm good.
I almost said Paula Dean. Anyways. But anyway, so if you join wisetake.com, enter the promo code podcast. They'll give you 20% off of any package that we have. One price, every sport. That includes MLB, NFL, soccer, MMA. Probably at some point we're gonna have NASCAR. We have NASCAR already. We have WNBA. We have we'll have NBA. Yes, we will. I know. And we'll have other sports too, I'm sure, coming. And we have CFL and NFL and everything. So it's going to be really, got some really great things going on. So podcast, that's the code, 20% off. You get all your questions answered in the chat room before lock, the most important time. It's great. We come, me and Paulie and CK, we get on about an hour and a half before lock. And pretty much then we know where we want to go. We know what we want to do. And this is kind of like a first look. And obviously at 2:30 we're rearing and ready to go. So let's play some Dong Watch. We're going to do it the old school style of what CK likes. And that is a first baseman, a third baseman, and an outfielder.
Any salary?
Any salary. Nothing from Coors, though.
Ooh, no. I got to go with my man, my brother from another mother, Logan Morrison.
Logan Morrison, all right. In the home run tomorrow. I will pick, let's see. I'm going to pick, let's stay in that game, Lucas Duda. Let's stay in the game. Why not? I mean, I hate that FanDuel's got to do something about these same position players. Don't you think? Like, it's got to do something.
I don't play it much, but I do play on Fantasy Draft once in a while. And I'll tell you what, there's some things that are good about it, some things that are bad. I like how they have it where you can you pick your middle infielders and then your outfielders. And you can go on there and play 4 first basemen, you know, and there's certain slates when I like a lot of guys and it doesn't fit, you know, like the White Sox, and you got who were the 2 third base? They had Frazier and Davidson and stuff like that. You know, that's the type of, if I really like the White Sox, I'll go in there and play them all.
Yeah, for me, I just think that it would be cool, like if FanDuel did like 2 outfield spots and 1 DH, or maybe just add a DH instead of and like keep the outfield and then add a DH.
Yeah.
You know, if they want so much scoring, another hitting spot would sure add it. And then what they probably have to add something to the salary then, or do something differently accordingly. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I'll stick with Duda. Why not? Third base.
I'll stick with Devers. Guy's been crushing the ball for Boston.
Yeah, I'm going to jinx this guy because he's been hitting home runs every day. Josh Donaldson. Literally, let's look at his game logs. Like he is smoking hot lately. 27, 37, 21. Those are his last 3 games. Home runs in all 3. He has 4 home runs in his last 6.
Yeah, he hurt me bad yesterday. I don't want I don't want to talk about him.
Oh God! Every time that guy.
He was 70% owned in the early slate yesterday.
Oh.
Sano hit a home run. I had him at 12%, and then Donaldson hit one right after him. So
yeah. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna go Donaldson.
Outfield,
yeah.
I'm gonna go with Chris Davis for the Oakland.
Chris Davis for Oakland. All right. For me, I am going to go with. Boy, oh boy, there's so many outfielders. Let's make it. I know. Why not? Conforto.
Ooh. You're gonna jinx your Dodgers tomorrow.
Well, I mean, look at this. I win. In any way, I win, right? I mean, if I stack the Mets and they go off, right, I win. And if they don't, I lose, $10, but the Dodgers win, so it's like win-win to me. But anyways, man, that was a lot of fun tonight. I hope you had a good time.
I did. It was good.
Yeah.
Been a long week, so.
Yeah, it's been a long week. I can't believe that it's August already. We had the first football game today. I didn't even watch one play. I'm doing my fantasy football research for my seasonal, and I'm trying to have my rankings up on the website pretty damn soon. But I am so jazzed for football season, and it's just kind of funny. I think I'm excited where it's going, and any parting comments for you?
No, none at all.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, everybody, thank you for listening. Remember, put the thumbs up if you want to join Wise Take. Promo code podcast, 20% off any package, and you get me almost every single day, or CK or Paulie D. You get articles. You get a chat room where we're building a really good, fun community. And even if one of us aren't in there, somebody's in there helping out, and it's just a really good atmosphere and a community, and we really have fun, and we learn more. So, anyways, it was fun. Everybody out there, for my man, Mr. Cuse, be sure to follow him at DFS Syracuse, whatever you could spell it for him.
They know me by now.
They know it, yeah. And hey, follow me on Twitter at Patio Joe Ref. It was a pleasure hosting. We will see you guys again on the YouTube live stream on Sunday at 8:30 Pacific, 11:30 Eastern. 8:30 Pacific, 11:30 Eastern. That's right. On the YouTube channel. Join us in the chat. Talk about everything. We're going to have a lot of fun. So for my man Cuse, I'm Patio Joe, and we are out.